Hey guys, welcome back to the Tiger Topic. I'm Connor.
And I'm Sam. The Tiger topic for this week is Christmas time. Now, a couple of weeks ago, Connor and I had a debate whether it was Christmas time or Thanksgiving time. At that point, I was on the Thanksgiving side, but now I've changed.
Which, Sam changing means that I was right all along because that's how it works. Sam basically forfeited his argument and took the L. And as a Christmas person and as a real Christmas fan, I would just like to say that us Christmas people are not accepting anyone who was not in the Christmas vibe before Thanksgiving.
Oh, whatever. If you want to really see that debate, you can check it out on the Richland County VAT Club Facebook or YouTube.
Or Spotify, which I would assume some of you are on now. Anyways, so we just want to jump right in here by starting out, and me and Sam are both going to tell our favorite story from Christmas Day.
Okay, well, every year my family does this tradition where we just get up, get our gifts from like underneath the tree, and we open them all up together. After that, we go to my cousin's house and we do more gifts there with other family. My favorite story from Christmas. I don't really know. I think it's fun pretty much every year. It's just cool to get together with everyone. I have cousins from Indianapolis, and I don't get to see them very much. So whenever they come down, I have a lot of fun with them. And sometimes we play ping pong or pool. I enjoy stuff like that, and playing cards. I don't know if I have necessarily a best story.
So how Christmas works for me is it starts actually the night before Christmas, where my parents don't want to go out in the cold to get the presents from the car. And I'm not telling you guys that Santa isn't or is real, but Santa doesn't come to my house. I do. And so at about 11 p.m. or after all three of my brothers go to sleep, Christmas Eve, I head out to the car when it's freezing cold in just my shorts, and I get the bags and bags of presents, and I carry them in, and I put them under the tree by wrapping. I put them in little groups because there's four of us, me and my brothers, so I put them in groups. And then I go to bed, and then whenever I wake up on Christmas morning, I'm always the last person to wake up, which is kind of weird because, I'm always excited about Christmas and everything, but on Christmas morning, I like to take my time, especially with the presents. So, I'm always the last up. My brothers are always trying to get me out of bed, but I'm just like, give me another hour. I'm tired. And so, we open presents, we go to my grandma's and everything. But I would say my favorite Christmas story was one year we went to my grandma's, and how it goes is we all take turns. So at grandma's, there's me, my three siblings, and my cousin, and we take turns opening presents, youngest to oldest. And so how it goes is, you each get to open one every turn. And a couple of years ago, there was a popular thing that started with Christmas presents called, I guess you could say, boxing someone. So it's like a big box, you open it, there's a smaller box, you open it, there's a smaller box. And this was a few years ago, and it wasn't really that popular, a long time ago. But a couple years ago, my family decided that since I was the oldest, they were going to choose me to pull the prank on.
Oof.
And so, it takes a long time to go around this circle of five of us because we each get to open one present, So whenever it's finally your turn, you're excited, So I was probably 12 years old, and I opened it, and there was a box inside of it. And I tried to open that box, and they said that I can't because that was my turn. And I got pretty upset at that point. and so they kept going, and my other brothers were getting nice, cool stuff that I wish I had had. And then it got back to my turn, and there was another box. And after two, I realized what was going to happen to me. And then it kept going and going and going. And finally, in the end, what was in the small box was a pair of socks.
Oh.
And I cried.
Really?
Yep.
That's tough. That's tough luck.
It was 25 minutes waiting for socks. And then at the end, I had 5 presents left, so everyone had to watch me open the rest of my presents.
Oh, wow.
Because nobody else had any of them left.
Yeah. Well, whenever we get to my cousin's house, we do regular gifts, and then we do something called White Elephant or whatever you might call it, Dirty Santa, something like that. And we each bring like 3 gifts. So in the end, we all get 3 like weird gifts, and it's really fun just to go around, see what everyone got. Some are pretty funny. Like we might do what Connor was talking about, the boxing thing, where you put a bunch of smaller boxes in a bigger box and put something small like socks. But that was a funny gift, not necessarily a real gift.
But don't do socks. It's painful to be that, especially when you're a kid, because you grow older. And I know we're only 16 and 15, but like now, like whenever my mom told me that it was time to write my Christmas list, I legit put AirPods there and nothing else, because I really have no idea what else I want.
It gets more difficult the older you get, yeah.
Yeah, because you can no longer say that you want a gigantic Power Rangers castle from Walt. I mean, I guess you could, but I can confirm that neither me nor Sam would like a Power Rangers castle for Christmas.
Yeah, no thank you.
But I will take AirPods, and that's what I'm going to get.
Wow.
And socks is always the things that I would get in like my stockings, the big socks or whatever they're called. And I always got small stuff like socks or underwear. Like we used to get clothes, and now I'm okay with clothes now, you know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just Hollister though, not a sponsor, but Hollister is
Oh
kind of my
gosh.
brand. I'm
Yeah,
wearing
you
Hollister
go
right
crazy.
now.
You
I
wear
go
Hollister
crazy.
every single like day.
Every
almost.
single day I'm repping Hollister. So if you guys want to sponsor us, we're down.
Oh boy. Yeah, I was the same with you though. I couldn't really find certain things that I really wanted. I just said, hey, I like kind of puzzles, magic, music, stuff like that. Just kind of go with that. I didn't really have a specific thing in mind, and that's okay. I feel like you don't have to have a certain thing that you want.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I would ask for stuff like Nerf guns and stuff. Like last year, I got my new piano, and like after I got that, like I was really excited for that. That was really easy to pick out, and now it's like, I mean, I can't get another new piano. I have a really nice piano, so why would I don't want a new one.
Exactly.
But I mean, when I was a kid, I would ask for Nerf guns, and one year I remember I asked for Nerf guns because out in front of my house, they always put a ton of Christmas lights in front of my house. So if you're in Noble and you see a lot of Christmas lights, it might be my house, but please don't TP me. And so I've
Yeah.
never been TP'd.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Shout out to you guys. Anyways. So anyway, so basically what happened was we started, as you guys know, me and my family get in the Christmas spirit pretty early. And so what happened was we decided to put the lights out before Thanksgiving. And that's what we did. We put the lights out like a week before Thanksgiving. And we realized that every morning whenever we woke up, the lights would be like unplugged. So not only were they turned off, they were unplugged because you have to plug them in. You know how Christmas lights work. And so like at first we just thought it was a mistake. And after a while, they kept getting unplugged. And my dad was like, yeah, I think someone might be unplugging our lights because they're not in the Christmas spirit yet.
Ooh.
And this really happened. And I was
Wow.
in 6th grade. I remember this like yesterday. And so I remember that I wanted to be the hero, as most 6th graders do. And I wanted to hunt down the person or the people, which I found out, we'll get to that. Or
Let
the
me
people
guess. Did you just sit outside all night in the freezing cold?
with a Nerf gun. Basically, I actually skipped school that day because I was that dedicated to the grind.
Oh.
And so I skipped school that day in 6th grade. Please don't get me in trouble now. It's a little bit late for that. But 4 years ago, I mean.
Your 6th grade teacher will hunt you down.
Just like I did. And so I waited outside, and I literally sat on top of my mom's car with my big Nerf gun rifle. And I waited.
I'm sorry, that's just
I was
crazy.
outside for a good. The funny thing is, I didn't go outside until like, I don't know, 8. So there really was no reason to skip school. But I went out there. I plugged the lights in at 8. I sat on top of my mom's car, and I waited about an hour and a half. And it got to the point where I was like, maybe like an animal's unplugging them because nothing was happening. So I'm sitting on my car, and all of a sudden, I see this woman. Like, if I had to guess, I would say that at the time she was like 22.
And that's oddly specific.
Why is it 22, 23, 24? So, around that area.
Okay.
And so, she could be our teacher now. Anyways, maybe she is. But I saw that a woman like walk across the corner of my house, like right in my front yard, and she walked up right towards the lights.
Oh, and did she see you?
Not at first.
Oh.
But, of course, I realized right then, even though I had skipped all day and I'd been thinking about doing this for like a week, I realized that I actually had not planned out the moment that I saw. It was like I actually did not plan out what was going to happen.
Why does that not surprise me?
I really didn't think it out at all. And so I just jumped off my mom's car and I walked towards this woman, and she about fell over because she jumped when she saw me.
I mean, yeah, imagine that. Imagine. Oh.
I mean, she's a criminal. She was unplugging our lights.
I don't consider that a crime.
Which I will say, whenever I was in 6th grade, I was like 4'9". So, so I wouldn't say that I was that scary. But I mean, now I'm 5'8", 5'9". So I mean, that's pretty great. But in 6th grade, I was 4'9". So it's not like I scared her, but I walked up to her. And I really didn't know what to say. So at first, it was just me walking towards her, and I didn't say anything. It was just a moment of silence.
Yeah.
But then it got really awkward whenever a little girl came right behind her. A little girl and a boy carrying a baby.
Whoa.
So it was like, I don't know if this girl was their parents. Because like I said, she looked like 22. And there was these two like 8-year-old kids. One of them was carrying a baby. And like at first, whenever I was walking towards her, the plan was to shoot her with my Nerf gun. As safely as I could.
Okay.
And that was the plan. But then, whenever I saw these two little kids and a baby, I wasn't really sure what to do. And so she just like turned and started walking down the sidewalk as if nothing had happened. Like she was trying to get out of it. And I was like, yeah, don't come back, lady. That's the whole thing. That's my whole story. And they never unplugged any other lights again.
Wow.
That's all that happened. That's all I said. And it was very, very awkward. And I wish that they had better, but that's all I said.
Wow. So the people who just don't like Christmas before Thanksgiving,
Stooges.
I don't know if I would do that necessarily, but that's pretty crazy.
Well, you would get paraded by bullets. Nerf bullets.
Dang. I'm scared.
You should be. Now, what we're going to go into now is our top 5 Christmas songs of all time. So, Sam, you can kick this one off.
All right. I don't really have an order for these, kind of just top 5, not necessarily in any order. So, White Christmas. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Jingle Bell Rock. It's the most wonderful time of the year. And Winter Wonderland.
Now I'm going to go 5-1 with my list, because I did order them.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Thinking that we were... That's okay. Number 5 I put as Last Christmas, which... That's a good one. For those of you that don't know, that's the one that's like...
You don't have to...
That's the one that's like, last Christmas, I gave you my... You know that one? That was
I don't know. You're going to have to sing some more.
But the very next day, you gave it away. That's a really good one. So that's my number 5. That's the most underrated Christmas song of all time. Right after that, I have Santa Baby. So like... Santa baby, just hurry down the chimney tonight. That one's really good too. And then
I love how you're singing this. This is great.
I'm letting you know.
Keep going.
And then the next one is Baby It's Cold Outside. I can't sing that one.
I can.
Okay.
We can do a duet.
Okay.
Actually,
I don't know how it starts.
Never mind.
And then there's Silent Night. We're not gonna sing that one either. But then we both agreed on our number 1, which was White Christmas.
Yeah.
And that one's like, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. That's all you guys get.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's undisputedly the number 1. And the last thing that I want to throw in here, the most overrated Christmas song of all time.
Here it is.
And here it is. We're just going to give you a minute. We're just going to lead up to a minute. And we're just going to give you guys a minute.
Drum roll.
It's All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. Let me just say, that's a terrible, terrible song. It's really bad. I've seen lists.
I wouldn't consider it bad.
I've seen lists where people are calling that the number one Christmas song of all time and like top 5, and that's just garbage.
Oh,
Let me say, from a pro-Christmas person perspective,
expert, a pro Christmas expert.
from a pro-Christmas expert perspective, that if you listen to Christmas music, it has to be Christmas music made before the 90s. The classics. Unless it's Santa Baby.
There's one exception.
There's one exception to that rule, and it's Santa Baby. And that's it. That's the one exception. And I don't know about this, but I really think Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is overrated too. Every time it comes up, I listen to Christmas music every day on my way to school, and I have since about July. And and every time Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer comes on, I skip it. So I might just have to take it out my playlist.
Dang.
Yeah. So yeah.
Those are our lists. We hope you guys enjoy.
And we'll see you next week whenever we talk about New Year's on the Tiger Topic.